seek their salvation through their own works or anywhere else?
No, everything necessary to salvation is found in Christ.
Since we are redeemed by grace alone, through Christ alone, must we still do good works and obey God's word?
Yes, so that our lives may show love and gratitude to God, and so that by our godly behavior, others may be won to Christ.
Questions 32 to 34 of the New City Catechism. What are the core truths of the Christian faith? Visit newcitycatechism.com.
Ang pag-ayo, yara lamang kay Heso Kristo. Ini ang 1233, Radyo DYVS. Nagapalayag sang mensahe sang kaluwasan ni Heso Kristo sa anuman nga panahon. Pinaagi sa radyo, pagbago nga teknolohiya sa sulod sang 46 katuig.
Handa na bala ka mo mga bata? Yari na ang ginpabaskog, ginpalapad nga coverage ng edukasyon sa kahanginan. Radyo Kampiyon, dala sa inyo sa Department of Education, CAG 1233, Radyo DYVS. Ang Department of Education nagaupod sa inyo agod ang edukasyon mapabaskog kag magapadayon. Radyo Kampiyon.
Magandang hapon sa ating mga ALS learners, mga tagapakinig at nanonood sa Facebook Live ng ating ALS Life Skills Self-Directed Learning. Hatid sa inyo ng Department of Education Alternative Learning System and this station. Ang inyong lingkod, Mr. Mark Philip A. Claridad, ang EPSA ng Bacolod. Sa ALS, may pag-asa. Let's continue the last part of our Module 6, Rights and Responsibilities of Workers and Employers. Okay, so ano ito? Rights to freedom from sexual harassment, yung ating lesson last meeting or episodes. But dear learners, kamusta na pala kayo dyan? Are you ready? Nandyan na ba ang inyong mga Module 6? Buksan natin sa page 22. Nakapag-snacks na ba tayo? Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Okay, let's go now to Republic Act number 7877, page 22 ng ating Module 6, Responsibilities of Workers and Employers. Ang ganda ng ating ngayong topic. It's all about sexual harassment. Okay. So, Republic Act number 7877, Anti-Sexual Harassment Act. So, modification of original language. The law provides protection to individuals from all forms of sexual harassment in an employment, education, or training environment. Okay. Ito ang batas na to ay nagbibigay ng proteksyon sa lahat ng uri ng sexual harassment sa trabaho. Sa trabaho man o sa education or sa training. So sexual harassment is committed by any person in any work-related environment who has authority or influence over the affected individual. So sexual harassment na pala yon kapag merong authority or merong influence na nakaapekto doon sa isang tao. And who demand any sexual favor. Kapag nag-demand na siya ng any sexual favor from that individual, kahit pa hindi yun tinanggap regardless of whether or not the demand is accepted, it is considered as sexual harassment. Ito kasi yung pinaka-popular na issues pagdating sa workplace. Okay, marami kasing ganyan lalong-lalo na sa workplace, sa education at sa training. So nakikipag-sex ka sa boss, kailangan ninyong mag-undergo ng intercourse o pagkakaroon ng kaugnay sa sex ay mali yon sa workplace, sa education at saka sa training. Okay, so paano mo daw malalaman kung nakagawa na ng sexual harassment? Sexual harassment is committed when the sexual favor is made as a condition in the hiring or employment. Kapag ginawa daw yung kondisyon para matanggap ka sa trabaho, magkaroon ka ng trabaho, o kaya naman para mabigyan ka ng individual favor, terms magiging pabor sa iyo. Ano yung individual favor terms and condition na yon? Halimbawa, 8 hours ang trabaho mo. Gagawin na lang niya ng less than 8 hours. At tapos, bibigyan kaya ng favor, mga regalo, incentives. Yon, individual favorable terms or conditions. Or the refusal to grant the sexual favor results in unfavorable conditions for the affected employee. Halimbawa, si employee or worker ay tumanggi. Tapos yung pagtanggi niya doon sa sexual favor ay hinihingi na yun ay nakaapekto sa kanyang trabaho after nag-refuse siya. Let's say, pinahirapan siya, binibigyan siya ng maraming trabaho, pagkatapos siyang mag-refuse basta anyway na nakaapekto sa kanyang trabaho. Ano na pala yun? Sexual harassment na ang tawag doon. So, the above acts would impair the employee's rights or privileges under existing labor laws. Pwede palang kasuhan ng sexual harassment kapag na-commit niya na yung nandito sa letter A. Letter C, the above acts would result in an intimidating or hostile or offensive environment for the employee. Mga acts na nandito sa letter A, mga nakaapekto sa kanya at sa kanyang environment, pwede siyang kasuhan ng sexual harassment na yan. Section 3, work education or training related sexual harassment defined. Work education or training related sexual harassment is committed by an employer, employee, manager, supervisor, agent of the employer, teacher, instructor, professor, coach, trainer, or any other person who having authority, influence, or moral ascendancy over another in a work or training or education environment, demands, nagdidemand siya or kaya nag-request siya or other requires sexual favor from other regardless, or whether the demand, request, or requirement for submission is accepted, tinanggap o hindi by the object of said act. Siya ay pasok sa batas na to. Pwedeng kasuhan yan. Okay, letter B, is an education or training environment sexual harassment is committed. Number 1, against one who is under the care, custody or supervision of the offender. Sino ba yung offender pagka education? Si teacher, yung trainer, lahat ng persons in authority, tapos kayo ay under sa kanyang pangangalaga at nag-ano siya ng sexual favor, pwede na siyang kasuhan. Number 2, against one whose education, training, apprenticeship, or tutorship is entrusted to the offender, kahit tutor or trainer. When the sexual favor number 3 is made a condition to the giving of a passing grade, para daw makapasa ay gusto ng sexual favor, or the granting of honors and scholarship, or kaya sa pag-grant ng honor or the payment of the stipend, allowance, or other benefits, privileges, or consideration, pwedeng kasuhan ng sexual harassment. When the sexual advances number 4 result in an intimidating, hostile, or offensive environment for the student, trainee, or apprentice, ito yung mga grounds para makasuhan siya ng sexual harassment. Any person who directs or induces another to commit any acts of sexual harassment is herein defined, or who cooperates, pati pala yung mga kasabwat or kasama tapos may alam sa ganitong kalakaran, ay pwede rin silang kasuhan, shall also be held liable under this act. Hindi lang pala si offender, pati pala yung ibang nakakaalam sa ganitong sistema o kanyang ginagawa, tapos nagsawalang kibulang siya. Pwede rin siyang kasuhan kasi alam mo na palang ganon ang nangyayari, tapos hindi ka nagsasalita. Ibig sabihin, accomplice ka doon sa pangyayari na iyon at alam mo naman ang nangyayari na yun na pala. Okay, silang kasuhan kasi alam mo naman palang nangyayari at hindi ka nagsasalita. Liable in commission. Therefore, thereof by another without which it would not have been committed shall also be held liable under this act. So, rights to safe and healthy in the workplace. So, ang tanong, Article 162 na tayo. Page 23. Dear learners, are you page 23? Okay. So, rights to safe and healthy workplace. Pagkakaroon ng safe and or safety and healthy in the workplace. So Article 162, Safety and Health Standards. The Secretary of Labor and Employment shall be appropriate orders set and enforce mandatory, hindi to request, kundi kinakailangan. Mandatory. So ito pong mandatory. So kinakailangan. So occupational safety and health standards to eliminate, to reduce occupational safety and health hazard in all workplaces and institute new. And updating existing programs to ensure safe and healthful working conditions in all places of employment. Rini-require nila ang lahat ng workplaces na magkaroon ng health and safety standards. Sa construction site, kinakailangan na magsuot ng mask and gloves at all times. Okay, yung iba, kung kinakailangan lang sa safety, naglalagay ng mga signages, hazard, itong pag may trabaho. So, beware pag iwas disgrasya o tinatawag nating babala. Ayan. So, mga signages. So, DOLE, Occupational Safety and Health Standards Amended 1989. Each employer covered by the Occupational Safety and Health Standards must furnish each workers a place of employment free from hazardous conditions that are causing or are likely to cause death, illness, or physical harm to the workers, give complete job safety instructions to all the workers, especially those entering the job for the first time, including instruction related to the familiarizations with their work environment, hazard to which the workers are exposed to, and steps taken in case of emergency. So, comply with the requirements of the OSHS or Occupational Safety and Health Standards, and use only approved devices and equipment in the workplace. Kailangan mag-provide ang employers ng place of employment ng free sa mga hazardous. Yung tinatawag kailangan mayroong safety. Okay, so sa Article 83, page 23, naalala nyo, meron kayong normal hours of work, and normal hours of work an employee shall not exceed 8 hours a day. At yung mga overtime na sa Article number 87. At yung mga incentives sa 20% thereof, work performed beyond 8 hours. Okay, yung holiday, double pay automatic yun. So, rest day shall be paid an additional compensation equivalent to the rate of the first 8 hours on a holiday or rest day plus at least 30% thereof. So, mga ganyang mga benefits na matatanggap sa article number 87. So, huwag kalimutan ang ating mga employee na meron tayong karapatan sa benefits natin if holidays and overtime. So, let's apply! Page 24, dear learners. Read the case studies below and answer the questions. Use the information above to help you deepen your understanding of the Philippine law. If possible, work on this case scenarios with a fellow learner in the life skills course or someone in your household. Pwede sa bahay kung may kakilala kayo nagwo-work na may alam dito or sa mga kapitbahay ninyo na may life skills course. Okay, so let's read this case study. Okay, so scenario number 1. Tatlong scenario po ang pag-uusapan natin ngayong hapon. Scenario number 1, gender-based violence sexual harassment. Melanie has been hired to work as an office assistant for a new business in Zamboanga. After being on the job for about a month, one day, her supervisor told her that if she would spend the night with him, okay, sinabihan daw siya ng matulog na tayo kasama kita sa isang gabi. Ayan, parang ganon. He would make sure she will be promoted. Sabi ng kanyang supervisor, mapupromote ka sa akin, sama ka lang sa akin isang gabi. Sabi niya, alok na promotion, sabi ng supervisor. She said she was not interested. Ayoko po, hindi ako interesado. But he cornered her, twisted her arm behind her, and threatened to fire her if she didn't comply with his demands. Melanie was able to run away and tells her friends about the incident. So tinakot siya at linagay ang kamay sa likod niya at sinabihan ng supervisor kung hindi mo ibigay ang gusto ko, ganon, tatanggalin kita sa trabaho. Ay, ganon. So, mahirap yon. So, mga ganyang mga bagay So, what is the issue here? Kasi, ito po ang issue na to ay sexual harassment. Tapos, abuse of authority. And then, disrespect. Kasi siya ay sinabihan ng gustong matulog kasama ng kanyang supervisor. May sexual favor si supervisor. Abuse of authority, ang may authority dito ay si supervisor. So, disrespect, hindi niya ginalang si Melanie bilang employee niya. So, what does the Philippine law says about this type of harassment? Ano yung sinabi ng batas natin sa Pilipinas tungkol sa sexual harassment? Sexual harassment is against the law and should not be tolerated. So, sexual harassment daw ay labag sa batas at hindi ito hinahayaan mangyari ang ganitong bagay. The law protects people from harassment at work and education and training environment. Ang batas natin na Anti-Sexual Harassment Act, pinoprotektahan ang mga tao sa trabaho o edukasyon pati ang sa training environment. So, sexual harassment is committed by any person in workplace demanding sexual favors. So, sino pa yan? O any employee na din, pwede na siyang kasuhan ng sexual harassment pag ginawa niya ito. Hindi dapat tinotolerate ang ganitong mga pag-aabuso. If you were Melanie's friend, what advice would you give to her? Nabanggit doon sa kwento niya na tumakbo siya at nabanggit niya sa kanyang kaibigan kung ikaw ang kaibigan niya. Anong advice na maibigay mo sa kanya? Number 1, pwedeng mag-report sa pulis. Number 2, leave the job. Iwasan mo na yung trabaho mo, maghanap ka na lang ng ibang trabaho kasi maulit muli ang pangyayari. Or tell her parents o pinakatiwalaan niyang tao or guardians o paano masolve yung case. Ayan. Are you aware of any groups or organization that provide services to women who have been harassed? Aware ka ba sa grupo o organization sa mga kababaihan tulad ni Melanie? Meron ba? Okay, sa Pilipinas, number 1, DSWD, Department of Social Welfare and Development. Lumapit lang po dito. Present ito sa kanila. Nandito po sa atin sa all provinces and city proper. Ito po ang office na ito. At pwede ding pumunta sa City Municipal Social Welfare and Development Office o CSWDO. LGU-based office under the Office of the Mayor. Meron pong opisina at pwede kayong lumapit dito pag isa kayong biktima. Visayan Forum, an NGO assisting women victims of human trafficking. Ayan. So, kung meron pa, pwede nyong idagdag sa inyong list, sa inyong module activities. Okay, so let's go now to the next scenario. Scenario number 2. So, health and safety at work. So, Manny recently started working for a construction company. His supervisor told him that because he was so smart and fit for the job, he did not need training in the use of the equipment. So, kakasalimuha lang daw ni Manny sa isang construction company. So, sinabihan siya ng kanyang supervisor na matalino ka naman, Manny. So, dapat daw siya at talagang fit na siya doon sa trabaho kaya hindi na daw kailangan ng ano pang training para gamitin niya ang equipment nila doon. So, Manny, matalino ka naman, gamitin mo na itong equipment, hindi na kailangan mag-train kasi matutunan mo naman yon. So, ganun. So, he would learn by doing instead. So, matututo lang daw si Manny kapag gamitin niya yung equipment. So, no training at all, sabi ng kanyang supervisor. One day, he was trying to use a table saw o lagari ito, no? Malaking lagari, no? So, that he had never used before. Hindi niya ito nagamit ng ganitong klaseng lagari. So, gumamit siya ng lagari na hindi pa niya naranasan sa kanyang buhay. So, he cut himself badly. Ito ang nangyari, ha? He cut himself badly on one of his hands. And it began to bleed. Okay, dumugong-dumugo ang kanyang kamay. So, but he did not know where the first aid kit was located. Okay, ang problema pa, hindi niya nakikita ang first aid kung saan lalagay na sulok. So, ang nangyari, first time niya gamitin yung lagari. So, nasugatan na siya, dumugo na. Tapos, ang sugat niya, hindi pa nalagyan ng first aid. So, what is the issue? Another question, what does the Philippine law says about health and safety at work? And another question, how can such a situation be prevented in the future? So, what is the issue? lack of training. Hindi po siya na-train ng kanyang supervisor. Ikalawa, did not ask for help or instructions. Meron din po siyang mali. Hindi po siya humingi ng tulong o instruction man lang. And then number 3 is carelessness. Careless po siya, kaya ganun ang nangyari. So, what does the Philippine law says about health and safety at work? So, dapat daw magkaroon ng healthy standards in the workplace. At dapat daw, ang employers daw ay magbigay ng training sa kanyang trabahador. At dapat daw mayroong first aid kahit man lang sa sulok linagay para hindi naman ang nangyayari doon, para hindi naman malagay sa delikado ang employers. At kung pwede, dalhin na lang sa ospital. Kaya yun. So, how can such a situation be prevented in the future? Paano kaya maiiwasan ang ganitong sitwasyon sa panginarap? So, the supervisor to give clear safety instructions. And money makes it a point to ask and learn about safety. Kailangan po ay hindi sana magkaroon ng ganun problema kung ang supervisor ay malinaw ang kanyang instruction. At si Manny, kahit gaano kagaling si Manny, dapat nagtanong siya at nag-insist na mayroong instruction at training sa equipment na yon. Okay, scenario number 3. Time off from work. Page 25 to 26 na tayo. Okay, buksan natin. Betsay, a young single mother, had been working long hours at the restaurant. Nagtrabaho si Betsay na matagal na rin sa restaurant. Pagkatapos, 55 hours per week ang kanyang trabaho. Naku, overtime. So, 55 hours ang kanyang trabaho. Isang araw, nagkaroon ng dengue ang kanyang anak. Nainis ang kanyang boss at sinabihan siya, siguro palitan na lang kita. Okay, maghanap ako ng mas magaling pa sa'yo. Parang ganon, ano? So, Bitsay became worried she was going to lose her job. So, nag-alala si Bitsay na mawawalan talaga siya ng trabaho. Single mom pa naman siya at mawawalan siya ng trabaho. Nagkakasakit pa ang kanyang anak. Pagkatapos nagpaalam siya, ganun na lang ang gagawin sa kanya. So, what is our issue here? Number 1, deprived of right to take leave of absence. Number 2, no sick leave at her restaurant for her position. And number 3, work for more than 40 hours. So, dinagkait sa kanya ang karapatan na magkaroon ng leave of absence. Ikalawa, nagtrabaho siya ng more than 40 hours. Dapat ang average is 40 hours or 8 hours a day or 40 hours per week. Ganon. So what does the Philippine law says about number of work hours? 40 hours and right to overtime. Ganon po ang right ni Betsay. How should Betsay handle this situation? Make an arrangement with her supervisor. Makiusap sa kanyang supervisor. See if some else in the family can watch the baby. Okay, di ba may sakit yung anak niya? Pwedeng maghanap ng family members para may mag-aalaga o tumingin muna sa anak niya para magtrabaho naman siya kahit papaano, and then see of a co-worker. So maghanap siya ng kanyang kasama sa trabaho, baka makalagay pa sa kanyang shift at hindi naman mabakante ang kanyang posisyon. Consult with Dole. Okay, pag ito worst to worst na to kukonsult siya sa Dole, humingi siya ng tulong kung anong dapat niyang gawin. So ganon. So sa kanyang kaso, magre-report siya sa authority, sa may-ari talaga ng kanyang pinagtatrabahuan, at doon mapag-usapan. And she had a productive conversation with the supervisor and they find a solution. Siguro naman mapag-usapan naman ng supervisor and the sister, cousin, mother can help take care of the baby. At yung Dole naman magpo-provide kung worst to worst case ng situation. At siguro ang nagmamay-ari din, no? So isa din siya sa mga nagbibigay ng solusyon sa sitwasyon pag case-to-case na ang solusyon. Okay, so think about it. So, mag-interview daw kayo ng employee at isang employers. Kailangan dalawa ang mag-interview nyo, isang boss at isang worker. Sa page 26, buksan nyo sa page 27. Ayan, questions for an employer. Gumawa kayo ng brainstorm. Sumulat kayo ng mga question na dapat niyong question sa inyong boss. Okay, pag mayroon na, kung kasambahay ka, okay, yung boss mo. Kung nasa BJMP ka, pwede yung mga PDL professionals na naging employer or mga supervisors. Pwede sila. Questions for the worker, page 26. Huwag kalimutan, meron tayong page 27, page 28. May question na po, kayo po ang mag-interview sa worker at sa employer at isulat nyo ang kanilang mga response. Don't forget, sharing is caring. Ay ating i-share ito ang mga question at answer sa ating mga members, adult members ng sa bahay natin or sa friends. Talk and text. Okay, pwedeng sa cellphone, tumawag, pwede rin. So, our activity number 6, clarify some topics and rights and responsibilities that are interested to learners, perform essential for learners. Don't forget, think about it. And sa ating page 30 ay pumili lamang dyan ng 5, no? 5 na gusto mong matuto. Okay, pagkatapos ay sagutin or interested ka ba to learn more? So, ganito po ang gagawin. So, if you have a job, what your rights and responsibilities in your current job? If you are looking for a job, which right needs to be prioritized and fulfilled for your potential job? Okay, pumili lamang po ng 5 at isulat doon ang inyong mga natutunan. Okay, don't forget to answer your learner's reflection at module assessment, page 31 to 32 and 33 to 35. Ayan, happy ending na tayo ng ating module 6. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. Mga learners, magkita-kita tayo January naman ulit at fully vacation na tayo. Sa ALS, may pag-asa. Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat.